Welcome. Now you are going to listen to a ReputationUP podcast. Let's get started. Online reputation of Iván Duque after withdrawal of the tax reform, case study. A study done by ReputationUP has analyzed the online reputation of Iván Duque, the current president of Colombia. Through this analysis, we know the sentiment and perception towards Iván Duque after setting out and subsequent withdrawing of the tax reform. What is tax reform? On April 5, the tax reform bill was presented by Duque's government, originally intended to raise an additional 23 trillion Colombian pesos, about $6.3 billion, and recover from the fallout of the coronavirus pandemic. The protests arose mainly due to the government proposal that would raise taxes, mainly affecting the lower middle class. The tax reform bill includes moving the value-added tax, VAT, collection, currently at 19%, on public utilities like energy, water, sewage, natural gas and certain foods, considered to be of prior importance. After 4 days of hard protests across the country, tensions on the streets and police abuses were made public through amateur videos posted on social media. The news went around the world and this clamoring forced Duque to withdraw the reform on May 2. Why do the protests continue even after the withdrawal of the reform? The protests continue under the slogan spread on social networks El Paro Sigue, or the strike continues, despite the fact that the President of Colombia has called for the withdrawal of the reform. The demonstrations report citizens' discontent with the current government of Duque. Their marches and protests demand more economic equality. Colombia is the most unequal country in Latin America. 42.5% of the population is poor, that means they live on less than 331,668 Colombian pesos per month, about 75 euros. New reforms of national police, due to the violence perpetrated by this national entity and brought to light on social networks in the last few hours, through the hashtag #SOSColombia. Healthcare, which seems to be included in the new reform and appears to provide more benefits to companies than to citizens. Clashes images have gone viral. In the last few hours, strong videos and images of clashes between demonstrators and police have gone viral all over the world. And clashes do not even stop after the government has given the order to militarize the country's streets. At least 26 police shootout murders have been reported so far. In the 5 days of protest, the NGO Temblores recorded up to 940 cases of police violence, 672 arbitrary detentions, 92 cases of physical brutality or police torture and 4 victims of sexual violence. This generated strong reactions around the world. The hacker group Anonymous that operates internationally stood out and claimed responsibility for hacking the official website of the Presidency of the Republic, the Senate and the National Army of Colombia. Why has the finance minister resigned? On May 3, Alberto Carrasquilla announced his resignation from the office of minister, through a press release of the Ministry of Finance. My continuity in the government would make it difficult to quickly and efficiently build the necessary consensus necesario, stated the former minister. It seems that his resignation is due to the fact that he was one of the main supporters of the controversial tax reform. Duque accepted his resignation via his Twitter account. Iván Duque, the analysis. ReputationUP Study Center has analyzed the online reputation of Iván Duque during the last 24 hours, following the most controversial days in the country. These parameters have been examined. Results. Sentiment. Sentiment trend. Positive and negative themes. Online topics. Emotions. Sentiment. It measures the percentage of positive or negative sentiment generated by users on social networks. The Reputation Study Center also calculated the net sentiment generated by Iván Duque on the Internet. This is the net percentage measured on a scale between -100 to 100. The negative sentiment is 68%, while the positive sentiment is only 4%. This generates a net sentiment of -96%. His net sentiment has fallen by 102% in one day, due to the protests. The performance trend refers to interactions over a given period. During these 2 days, almost 26,000 results have been found. Sentiment trend. The sentiment trend has been negative during the period of analysis. Most popular hashtags. Hashtags #SOS Colombia, #El Peronipra, #No Stan Matando are the most relevant ones related to the topic Iván Duque. Emotions. Here are the results of the emotion analysis towards the examined profile. 78.5% anger, 10.1% sadness, 0.0% joy, 9.5% fear. Conclusions. The Study Center of ReputationUP, leader in online reputation management, has analyzed the online reputation of Iván Duque, President of Colombia. From this analysis, the following conclusions can be drawn. The negative sentiment score, 68%, towards Iván Duque is greater than the positive sentiment, 4%. This has generated a net sentiment of -96%. The sentiment towards Duque is still negative and the negative rate could even increase. As for emotions, anger is the predominant feeling. We at ReputationUP thank you for listening to this podcast. Until next time.